All right, ladies, something a bit different today. We have a best of 3 on our hands, and maybe you spotted it already in the background, but we got some crazy maps over here. We are starting our best of 3 off with Warhead fucking Junction. Oh yeah. Feel the heat in the semifinals playing against Les Papillons. And it's going to be an interesting one. So this is Maps of Madness. This is a tournament that was held on the North American server. And you might be a little bit confused to see that there are quite a few Europeans playing. But we're going to go over that in just a second. Let's introduce the teams first. On the left side, we got Wit on Zool, Night Vision aka X-Ray on Brightwing, Blade on Imperius, Dino on Sylvanas, and Ultralisk on Maiev. And on the right side of the map, Shati on Falstad, Awake on Oriel, Breakwood on Diva, Ascend on Thrall, and Mr. I did not know that Chris Christie actually plays Heroes of the Storm. Good on him! First point there in his favor. But he plays Zarya over here, so let's go. We have our first map in the best of 3, as I said, and this tournament, I honestly don't really know which maps were in the map pool. I just know that if you name it tournament, Maps of Madness, I expect mad maps and some Haunted Mines, some Braxis and Warhead and all that funky shit, and well, they deliver in game number 1. Immediately the gang, it's actually Falster that dies in the middle in a solo setup against Sylvanas. Dino shutting down the NA players here. As down at the bottom of the map we have our 3 versus 3, where I actually expected the first kill to come in, and it took a bit longer, but finally we have Maiev taken down. So Ultralisk, playing one of his best heroes, gets murdered. Yeah, on level 1, Falstad coming in with a wingman. This is, of course, a huge map, so having some globals really pays off on this one usually. That's where Brightwing comes into play for the blue team. This is where we have the red team countering with Falstad, and the action is already starting down at the bottom. But one of the things that I want to come back to is that this is all playing out on the North American server. So you have a European team playing currently in blue. All of these boys and girls are gonna play with a significant delay, which means a ping of 120 to 140. So they have to adjust a bit for sure here. And we have some other European teams also playing this. In total, there was a $400 prize pool, it's a bit of a smaller tournament. I think the winner of the event got 200 euros. The second place came in with 100, and then the third and fourth place got 500 each, so a little bit of pizza money there on top of it. And, well, we're gonna find out who takes it. This is semi-final number 1, by the way. I'm not quite sure if I already pointed that out. But we have, in terms of talents, what do we get? The Rolling Thunder. Solo lane style over here. It's actually kind of interesting that he goes for a talent you see mostly picked on solo lane thralls when he's in the rotation. Instead, we have Diva sitting at the side here. And, well, right now, there's... Oh, double stun, nice! Damage comes in. Dino on Sylvanas with a bit of solid extra damage against the opponent, but not too much here. So, there we go. Alrighty. Okay, so, what I want to see later on in this is definitely a bit of Black Hearts. Give me those doubloons, baby! Yeah, we haven't seen that map in a long, long time. Main reason that Black Hearts actually disappeared from competitive play was that at some point the players started to figure out that you can win Black Hearts Bay without ever engaging into a team fight. And once that happened, most of the players were like, yeah, this is pretty stupid. So, again, they just started to rotate around, dodge around the opponent, and either turn in or push, and that worked out quite nicely, and that playstyle got pretty screwed up, so players just decided, yeah, this is not something that we're too happy with, so Black Hearts more or less disappeared from the competitive hero pool. Falstad with a bit of a lightning rod build that we currently have. And, well, right now, it's all about the warheads. And we have one already channeled on the left side. Dino is going to take that. Up at the top, I don't really think that we're just going to be able to get this. But Dino is now sneaking down to the bottom and says, alright, I'm going to grab this one. So the red team is already starting to fall short over here. And they lost 2 out of the 4. Oh, big connect. But where's the damage? Dino has to be careful. But there was a beautiful tether here. Ultralisk, I mean. Great tether from him. But yeah, that's 2 against 1. Top side hasn't been taken yet. And here's the first one. That timing could just work for the minion wave too, and I think it will. Yep, there's the hit. Minion wave is mostly destroyed, and they can come in with even more damage. Dino is still sitting on 1 warhead that he could easily use right now. 1 is up for the taking, top side. Zul is still playing that one out with Diva. But this is a pretty solid lead here for Feel the Heat. They have opened up the bot lane a little bit. They're setting another one in the middle. And if that one hits just as the minions are there, yep, that's another wave down. That's the entire wall destroyed. The fountain is dropped. That's not too bad. Bot lane, on the other hand, yeah, there was what is defended. Falsat has died in the meantime now too. Imperial is actually getting the kill. And they are trying to invade the camp. Now, of course, actually, they don't. They were thinking about it, but now that the bot lane is getting pushed, they're instead trying to counteract that first. Awake needs to be really careful here. He's also the one that has the nuke right now. Tries to get away, could go for the whip, doesn't do that just yet. Might have to use it though just to keep Zarya alive here. And well, Zarya is down. Zarya down, and they're starting to dive deep. Thrall has also fallen, and that's a kill, and that nuke is toast. Yeah, nicely done. Are able to take it. Easy double kill for the blue team. Feel the heat. They take down Zarya. They take the second kill against Oriel. And also, of course, Thrall gets dropped at the top. 5 kills to 2 right now. Nearly level 10. They're looking solid here. No boomerang, by the way, for Shati. Honestly, not really happy with that choice. Not on a big map. Again, as I said multiple times in the past, you can go for charged up if there's like a lot of mobile heroes on the other side that really threaten you in the backline. But if you're playing on a map that is this big, where you are more or less forced to play macro, if you want to be successful here, then not going boomerang is a huge mistake and shouldn't happen. So either way, that will adjust the playstyle, but it will severely handicap their chances of winning this game on a macro level, trying to push the lanes out and taking it from there. But either way, we have currently Skeleton Mages in. We got the Blink heal. And with the level 10 abilities and all the pressure that they can establish, Feel the Heat is pushing. They're going hard. They're going ham. So they are starting to move in at the bottom of the map. And, well, this bot lane is opened up widely. And, of course, bosses are up now too. And that boss can be pretty mean if left alone. We got the Aegis in, we got the missiles, Gust is also being used, pretty much the standard talents here. Wit gets attacked, Thrall at the bottom is destroyed, up at the top they're still trying to fight this one out, but the battle at the bot lane over the camp continues still. Thrall got also reset on his 7. Zul dies at the top. How the fuck do you die against one hero if you're 2v1? So Zul definitely screwing up the top, but this down here, that's a bit of a slaughter. 1 down, 2 down, and a big push incoming. With the help of Sylvanas here. Yeah, they get a lot down here. Easy kills for them. And now with only 3 survivors, they can, of course, move in and start to take that bottom keep. 1 nuke has been placed up at the top. That one is going to do a little bit of damage, but the main action really happens at the bot lane, where we have the first keep of the game fall 7 minutes into it. 7 minutes into the game. Blade still fighting it out with Breakwood at the top side. D.Va with a bit of pew. Not too much to do here. But of course, camps get still taken. And this is honestly where Falstad and his wingman should come even more into play now. He should really try and control this as much as he can. And try and get a few more camps for the team here. Stacks, by the way, we have 5 on the level 4 for Oriel, 35 for the grenades on 1 for Zarya, so that's not too bad. But there is still that talent advantage for Feel the Heat. And they are running into the next objective, maybe even a boss. With all this up. D.Va gets taken down now too, so yep, she kind of got lost there a little bit for just a moment. Bot lane gets pushed against the core even more, and they're starting to invade here. They're actually trying to set up a trap, but they're getting spotted immediately. 9 kills to 3 right now. And topside is heavily pushed as Sylvanas moves in, disables the fort. We have another wave coming in with the camp too. Dino is crushing right now. Falstad is trying to hold the middle. And all of a sudden realizes that his wave clear is pretty limited. 19,000 damage on Dino alone. They try to make the play. Aegis is out. There's Thrall with the Earthquake. As they're trying to come in, Falstad, yes, the Gust could use it here, but they're going for the fort, and the fort is going to fall. Zul is in the middle. He's pushing the last remaining fort, and that could really be a mad problem here. The cage came down and did some work, but the Gust prevented worse things from happening. But it still doesn't change the fact that the mid lane has taken severe damage as Wit pushed this out. Main tanking is pretty much here. Sylvanas is already looking at the next camp, and we have 2 more warheads on the map, and of course Zul is trying to grab one immediately. Breakwood is shutting this down for as long as he can, but it doesn't really change the fact that the boss topside is now about to be taken. And unless the red team checks this and is able to fight here, they're gonna have a problem. Gust is out, the ults are gone, and they might find out about it finally, but that doesn't change the fact that it's already taken. And the bot lane gets pressured as well. I mean, here's a bot lane push with 2 catapults. Now, the good news for them is it's 9 minutes into the game. The catapults are not going to do jack shit. Here comes the medallion. The tether is true though, and Zarya goes down, and the boss comes through the top. And as if that boss would not be strong enough, you have Sylvanas to enhance that push even further. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Yeah, Falstad is dealing with the bot lane. Zul is still active in the middle. Will now finally drop the fort. And this is just a nightmare for the red team. Yeah, Feel the Heat comes in with 10 kills to 3. Just look at experience. They grab the level 16 talent. That's a mad advantage. And not only 3 levels ahead, they also have a talent advantage. That nuke for defense is actually pretty solid. It's going to take down a lot here, so good for them. And it might just save them the keep, honestly. It's going to be clutch, but Zul isn't here, so it's going to be a 5 versus 4 from here on out, top side. But the keep goes down. Zul has taken another camp that pushes through the bottom. So this is just... If there's a little bit more pressure on the red team, they're going to turn into a bunch of diamonds. That's how much pressure plays we're seeing from Feel the Heat right now. Falstad, the bird is down. Vault of the Warden, the explosion. And that's the end of Maiev. At least one counter kill. That brings them back a little bit in experience. They're trying for more and they're moving in. But as we speak, the core gets attacked. 10 minutes in, thankfully for them, the catapults are not too strong yet, but just look at this fight here. Thrall is down, the mech is destroyed, Pilot is under attack, we have also Oriel in trouble, and the speed bubble helps Diva to survive. But everybody else is so low, this could end up with multiple kills now. Oh, the double connect, Blade! Nice! And they're gonna go for Oriel too, aren't they? The camp is already there, so why not take it? Bot lane gets still attacked, but as I said, these catapults are not really that strong. If we would be 20 minutes into the game at this point, that core would already be down. But again, catapults don't do enough damage yet to seriously threaten it. But they want to keep them, of course, at bay as much as they can. They could theoretically try and make a play for the boss at the bot lane too. For the red team, I mean, they need to win a big team fight, honestly. I'm racking my brain here trying to figure out, okay, how could they possibly come back? And they don't have anything that they can do outside of forcing a fight. And the problem, of course, is that for battle, you want to have 16 first. They can't make a play for boss because it just takes too long to take it, and map control is fully in the hands of Feel the Heat. So the only chance they really have to come back here is force a fight once they have level 16 talents, and then try and take it. And of course, they are lacking the time for that. Because the boss gets attacked now, and once that boss moves down through the bot lane, that might be the finishing move here in game number 1 of this best of 3 series. So they're coming in now. They know they have to check the boss. They don't have 16 yet, but they don't have a choice. They need to go for it. And Falstad, he needs to Gust, and it's too late. Gust is too late. That's the boss taken. And now they are looking at an incredibly difficult defense. There's catapults moving through the bot lane, 12 minutes in. We have the arrow coming out from Sylvanas. They're going for Thrall, and even the Aegis won't save him. That's the kill against Oriel already. Thrall is going to fall a second later. The cage was good, and Ascend is down. Nicely done. Yeah, and this could have been the start of the finish here. First one to fall was Oriel. Now they're making their move towards the core, of course. 16 talents are ready for the red team, but that doesn't really help them anymore. And off we go. 16 kills to 4. Trying to make the play right now. Boss is on the move. There's 2 warheads on the map. That doesn't help you either. And, well, it's party time. Shields are gone. 61,000 damage on Sylvanas. Sylvanas didn't even die in the entire game. Thrall is the top damage dealer for the red team, but with 26,000, yep, that's just not enough. And that is game. Game number 1 taken by Feel the Heat here on the NA server in Maps of Madness. GG. Well done. Game number 2. Feel the Heat is in the lead against Les Papillons. And, well, we got the Vikings, baby! On the left side first for Feel the Heat on Haunted Mines. We have Dainu on Vala, Night Vision, aka X-Ray on Karazim, Blade on Imperius, Wit on Zul, and we have Ultralisk on Medivh. Whereas over to the right side of the map, an oldie but goldie on Haunted Mines, we have the Lost Vikings, played by Awake. Chris Christie is playing Murden. We got Breakwood on Liming, Shati on Brightwing, and Ascend is playing Greymane. So this is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. I mean, if you play with Vikings, the idea is, of course, that you can hold the experience on the top level of the map, whereas everybody else goes into the mines and tries to deal with the Golem. This was one of those maps where people also figured out that you actually don't ever have to go down to fight it out. You can, but you don't have to. And it will be an interesting one. Interesting is also some of the talent choice that we have and the fight that we see. Muradin is getting burned down within a second and is dead right away. Standard talent for Karazim goes into the normal Iron Fists, which we pretty much always see. Eric is dead too. They're chasing a few more Vikings down at the bottom as well. And we have for Vala the Monster Hunter. So already going for a build that would allow enormous pressure through the camps at the top. In addition to that, help with a lot of the team fights that will center around these areas that we are seeing here. And the boss itself. But we have Olaf the Stout, which is a really interesting talent on the level 1. No Viking bribery or anything. So that's a bit out of the norm of what we're normally seeing. And the next team fight, yeah, they're not wasting any time. It's brawl time, baby. It's a trouble. They have 3 kills already and we're only a minute in. Holy hell. That is kind of crazy. And they're stealing the camp on the opponent's side of the map away too. Now, when you're going in any kind of setup with the Vikings, the idea is, of course, most of the time when you're in a 3-lane setup that you want to have 2 lanes that are controlled by the Vikings. The 4th lane will be pushed by your 4-man. Sorry, the 3rd lane will be pushed by your 4-man. You're trying to get, if you can, a hero that has good wave clear in there, maybe a Sylvanas, anything that can really do structural damage, and then push these lanes down and force your opponent to react and abandon some of these Viking lanes. This map is a little bit different in the sense that once that the mines open up, you can keep the Vikings on top and soak experience while the rest of the team goes down. But already, this early on, you can see that there's a lot of pressure. I mean, the Vikings are dying left, right, and center, and we have the red team in enormous trouble when it comes to controlling anything. Just look at the minimap. It's pretty much painted blue already, as all of these camps are stolen away by Feel the Heat, and they're getting the kills on top of that too. So this is becoming a bit of a concern here. And with the portal rotations that we're seeing, it's rough. Ultralisk is portaling the shit out of this one, and they are rotating easily between the bot and the top lane, which of course negates a lot of the earlier game value that Vikings could potentially have for you. And we'll see if they can continue that trend. But here comes the next attack. Wit gets attacked, but Medivh is already there. Should also be able to supply a shield if needed. Yeah, Trumfred is in as the level 4 talents come through for the red team. And they go actually for a full Stormbolt setup for Muradin. Not a fan of that either. Again, I don't really have a... The Sledgehammer is a bit of a meme one, which I kind of like. It's fun. Ah, that would be a fantastic... Yes, they get it. Nice. Good job. They reset the stacks here. Well done. But if you're playing a solo frontliner because you're sacrificing your offlane position to the Vikings, who usually don't participate in the team fights early on, that's more so reserved for later. Good kill against Zul, I like it. But this camp still goes to the blue team. But yeah, if you sacrifice at one position, you should really go for a main tank that is a little bit more sustainable. And I am very, very weary that he might even go for Haymaker here, which would be a massive, massive mistake. So a little bit of an over chase here from X-Ray as he goes down. And I should probably point out that, yeah, this is a little bit more of a YOLO game. Mines are open, by the way, in case you haven't seen it yet. So we have Medivh dying again. That's the second time that Ultralisk gets toasted, so those stacks are reset. And, yeah, the red team is back. They were completely murdered in the early game, but now they have 4 kills against 3. We have a couple of heroes down in the mines trying to get the stacks together here and trying to claim them as quickly as they can. The Vikings, by the way, are amongst them. Some of them, at least, that is. But also, Eric was the one who held the bot lane, which is always a bit weird. You want to have Balog in that position because he has the wave clear on the Vikings, not the other way around. Ascend is fighting it out right there with night vision, but here's Medivh. Oh, can he actually survive the doggy? Yeah! 16 hit points. I think he was at single digits at some point, and he still made it. Portal secured. They're trying to get out here, and, well, X-Ray is safe. Blade, not quite yet. Dino is also, and it's the good old mine game. In, out, always trying to jump around here, and he might have just screwed up. X-Ray is down. Muradin is trying to escape. There's a little bit of a fight happening down here, too. They're just dying everywhere. So now we have Imperius dead over here. Mr. Christie hops away. Does he actually get out? It seems like he can. Oh, this is getting bananas. They are just brawling. Mad Brawls right here. Yes, nice. Good use of the medal. The medallion. So, yeah, that Stormbolt would have been the end of him. He has 10 stacks to save. He already died twice, so he definitely wants to get them together at some point. Yeah, there's the vault. And we can now go for the double. Repeating arrow for the win. And they get the kill against Muradin too. Full on Clown Fiesta, ladies and gentlemen. We're going for a mad brawl right here. 15 skulls against 31. The main boss hasn't been attacked yet at the bottom, but the camps at the top are still getting claimed. And as you can tell, the structures are actually a bit low for the red team, so they have already lost quite a bit over here. A bit of a fight maybe at the top too. He's trying to take another camp. At the bottom of the map, the battle continues for fort number 1, and it falls as the pumpkins come in. At the top side, ooh, I think Olaf might be down, but there's another battle happening at the bottom of the map. There's battles everywhere right now. Olaf is indeed dead. Top side, down here, they're trying to steal the camp away, and I think they can do it again. How many of these camps have they stolen? I mean, holy hell. Look at the mercenary experience. Not a single camp has been taken by the red team. Not one. Every single camp that we've seen so far was taken by Feel the Heat. 1,200 experience on mercenaries against 0. Absolutely 0. Boss control at the bottom of the map right now, so they're starting to take the remaining skulls. We have 57 against 43 if all of this goes well here, which is pretty much a 50-50 setup. And yeah, let's see if the team can get a little bit ahead on this. Oh, nice shield. That was a clutch one. Without it, we would have seen one of them die here. And everybody comes through the entrance. It's a 5 versus 4, and they're trying to get away here. No level 10 abilities just yet. Everybody's still fighting around it. Vala, the first one to fall. Greyman is also dead. The Vikings are trying to chip in some damage too. Li Ming has fallen. They're trying to go for Brightwing. Stop all. Muradin completes the quest. Zul and Brightwing are both down. And Muradin is gonna get put into a corner here. He's gonna fall for sure. And has, of course, gone for Haymaker. Oh my god. Mistakes were made. Single tank, and he goes for Haymaker. Yeah, good luck, my friend. Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. I can tell you that much already. Okay, so up at the top, the boss is starting to push. At the bottom of the map, Vala's, of course, starting to use some arrows and will easily take that down. Olaf is also eliminated, and this is getting a little bit nuts. You can tell that the blue team is having some fun here. I mean, we have like mad brawls happening. The red team, I would suppose, enjoys that a bit too. But their whole scheme of using the Vikings to control the map has so far not really worked out. Again, they haven't even taken a single mercenary camp so far in this game. Of course, part of this is also because they went for a different talent on level 1 on the Vikings to make them a bit more tanky. They didn't go for the Viking bribery. So there's another one. Portals are being set up again. 28 stacks by now for Medivh. Still has to be careful. Karazim, 7-sided. Muradin in trouble. And, well, there's the ley line, baby. Can they go for the dwarf? They try. Night vision. X-ray. He gets the kill. Might die for it, though. Yeah, but they take one. They go for Greymane. And there's the Bone Prison. It's a triple kill, baby. Easy triple for them. The Vikings are still on the hunt, though, as they're going for X-ray, but all of the Vikings die now too. But just look at these fights. Yeah, it's 4 heroes down. We have 14 kills to 8, and it's again full on camp control by the blue team. They're going for all of it right now. Moving straight to the top side to get another fort destroyed too. And Dino wastes no time. 36 stacks, by the way, for Ultralisk, because they're 37 now that he hits Brightwing. So that's 3 shy of him finally completing the quest. He died a lot and lost multiple stacks, so that was a problem earlier. 26,000 for Li Ming, 23,000 for Vala. But keep in mind that Vala actually chips in a lot of damage against Siege here, since she's trying to get all the camps for the team, so that's really, really helping them. And Greymane apparently is able to get the first camp for his team. First one, there we go. Congratulations! Woo! Nicely done, Ascend, my boy. Yeah, gets the Siege Giant camp, shows them who's boss. So with that said and done, there's still a 13 talent advantage that they're trying to exploit right now, as they're moving down to the bottom of the map. Top side is still getting pressured. Oh, quest completed for Medivh, nice. Yeah, quest completed, time to feed, baby. Maybe not yet. Vikings even going for the ult up at the top. To the bottom of the map though, the wall gets slowly pushed back. Objective is coming up and they are moving into the mines already as we speak. Vikings should probably stay at the top and try to get the experience, but they're not doing any of this right now. Yeah, instead we have one of the Vikings even going down. Dino easily can take with a multi-shot one of the waves here out. Vikings are busy with the spin to win, trying to get the wave play in. Up at the top, the next fight happening. Wit in trouble, uses the portal, goes straight back down into the mines and gets caught. He's dead. And over here, seems like Muradin eats quite a bit of damage. Not quite sure why he went that hard. Medivh wasn't really in danger of falling. But we have already 42 skulls for the blue team, so the problem really is here that once that you have a certain amount of skulls, you don't really have to be afraid of your opponent's push. 2 of the forts are already destroyed by Feel the Heat, and it's a bit rough. The Greymane is really good against the boss and can take it down. Vala on the blue team side. We don't have Jimmy with Exterminator here taken by the team. I'm a little bit afraid though what happens when we have level 16 for Feel the Heat. If he doesn't go for cleanse but goes for extra damage, X-Ray with Karazim could do some serious work here. Oh, what a ley line, and no AoE to follow up on it. Instead, there's the 7-sided Brightwing. Oh, what? How did he somehow Medivh is dead too? Nice. And Dino is immediately getting spam pinged. Like, the fuck did you do? Oh, it's beautiful. I try to chase them down here. I thought for a moment that Medivh would actually survive this. And then he gets crushed there as well. But what a fight. 18 kills, 2-10. Now we have Wit moving in with the Skeletal Mages, starting to tank the shots on the keep so that he can get a bit more damage done. And of course, the bosses are now moving in. The big golems are on the way, 57 to 43. I've seen this before, by the way. Same thing here. Top side gets pressured. Vikings are here, but we have 2 moving in for it. And at the bottom of the map, I mean, that keep should be toast, right? I don't think they can burn this down quickly enough. Muradin doesn't have enough stacks on his level 1 that the sledgehammer comes in to do enough damage for it. Maybe? I mean, it's only 12 minutes in. They might actually be able to save this one. Yeah. Topside fort is down. Over here, the wall is not really going to be in danger. And yeah, they're saving the keep, indeed. Valabai now has Manticore. Honestly, guys, once that he has Farfly Quiver, they are going to rip Muradin a new one. I mean, Muradin is already getting murdered in this game. He died 6 times. If you don't go for Avatar and anything else, and you have pretty much nothing that really keeps you alive here, imagine how this is going to pan out once that Manticore and Farfly Quiver are in play. They're going to rip him apart. Bronzebeard is being used, but this is going to be rough. I do not envy the main tank for Les Papillons. Not at all. And now that we're having some pressure, I actually would expect them to go to the bot lane and exploit the level 16 advantage and take the keep down. They haven't done that yet. They set up the top lane instead, but they could still go to the bottom and make that work. But, well, let's see. We're having 4 now. Yeah, they're slowly starting to go for it, but they have to really hurry if they want to get this before 16 hits for the opponent. It's a 5 versus 4 now. Muradin getting aggressive, missing the Stormbolt on the other hand. Yeah, and they're looking for it. I'm a little bit disappointed they went into the Cleansing Touch. Would have been just so cool to see him with even more damage and start to chase them down here. It's always more fun again, as the question is it really the better choice? Probably not. But still, it's kind of fun when you see a Karazim player that just dives in deep and gets the kills in. Awake with a jump to avoid sure death. And talk about sure death, Dino nearly experienced that. He had a near-death experience right there before he was healed. Breakwood was trying to drop him and get the first reset. Wit is actually soaking some of the damage to prevent it. Yeah, and off we go. Dwarf launch is in. Diamond skin has also been used. And Largen in charge. Here we go. 7-sided. Muradin dead right away. And yeah, Liming is also down. She was trying to go for the kill here. Couldn't. Doesn't have dominance on 4 anyways. And here comes another one potentially against Greymane if he stays longer. That keep is definitely toast. And yeah, skulls are spawning again in another 8 seconds. So that's another problem. They're not even focusing the keep, like what? I mean, they're just brawling. They could have gone for keep for sure. Instead, they're taking the Vikings down, and now finally an opportunity to take this, and I guess now it's time to drop the structures. Medivh still dies, Ultralisk once again down, but they could go for skulls now, easy peasy. They have 21 kills to 11, and the map is open. Muradin and Li Ming are going to come back soon, but you can definitely get yourself a bit of a lead here if you wanted to. 41,000 damage now for Li Ming. We got 52 for Vala by now. There's of course also strafe damage coming in finally. 7 deaths on Muradin on the other hand. Yeah, we've seen this now a few times. I think this is the third time that we've seen Muradin in the last couple of weeks, and this is the second time that he's played when there is no side laner that could help him out, and I really don't like it. This is the second time that we have solo tank Muradin that goes for Haymaker, and honestly, that's just you suiciding. I have no idea why some NA teams do that, if they really think that this is good or they're just like trolling around a little bit, but as you can see from all the games that we've seen here, it just doesn't really work for you. So you can play that, maybe if you have a second one to your side, if you have Imperius in there, if you have Blaze with you, I don't know, but this particular style just doesn't work out for them. So they're chasing this a little bit harder, trying to come in here for a quick hit. Muradin has now died 8 times, is down again. At that rate, he's going to make it to the double digits. Vala is, as you can see down here, still fighting it out with the Golem at the bottom. But that's the end of Li Ming, so she's down 2. That's 25 kills to 11. Reminds me actually of the time when we had more than 100 kills on this map. There's actually a game on my YouTube channel, Crazy Haunted Mining Games, where we had, I think in total, more than 100 deaths. It was absolutely insane. So right now, 25 kills to 11. Top side, yeah, Vikings are doing their thing. Honestly, most of the time I've seen the Vikings together here. So this, what I initially expected them to do didn't really happen. At least not to the extent that it should have to give them an experience lead. As you can see, they're trailing heavily behind, mainly because of the kills and their loss of control on mercenary camps. But we have a big Golem now pushing. That's 90 skulls to 10. So this is going to be tough to beat. This Golem isn't going to do jack shit. That's not really a Golem. This is like a little bit of a clay thingy that's just like, I don't know, Muradin's daughter pieced that together or something. And you step on it and it's gone. But yeah, this one, that's a different story. And we have a level 20. I mean, again, they have 20 now as well. So that gives us Farflight Quiver. And Muradin, you really have a death wish, my friend. He really wants to die. And Feel the Heat is happy to oblige. Happy to. Yeah, he's trying, was setting up for another Haymaker. That didn't, of course, do anything. Muradin down. Is he double digits already? Nah, don't really think he's going to get there. 9 deaths on him. And here we go. So at this point, they're going for the keep, and they will go for core here. There's no doubting that. 26 kills to 11. This looks more and more like a 2-0 victory for Feel the Heat, which would also mean that they advance to the grand final of this tournament. Vala with a little bit more strafe damage. Ascent is down 2. And, well, that's all she wrote. 28 to 11 seems to be the final kill count here, unless Brightwing is also going to die. Go for the Fruit Fly. Either way, outcome of the game has been determined. Feel the Heat moves on to the grand final of the Maps of Madness setup here. Ah, interesting one. Well played, and that's a 2-0 victory for the blue team.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.